Hiya, I'm May and I'm one of the student content shapers here at the University of Birmingham, and I am currently in my final year of university studying film and English literature.
Hi, my name's Lizzie. I'm a student Wellbeing and Partnerships Advisor within the SWP team, and I support students here in their time at Birmingham with their mental health.
Today we're going to be answering some questions and concerns that you might have as a carer or parent of a new student here at university.
So if you have a loved one attending university, we're hoping to answer some of these questions to relieve any anxieties that you might have or your loved one might have about starting here in Birmingham.
Awesome, let's get started. Okay, so I'll get us started with our first question. What advice would you give to parents of international students adjusting to life here?
The advice that I would give to parents for international students is to make sure that their loved one and then themselves are going onto the Birmingham intranet page to see some of the activities that are going on within Welcome Week and kind of ongoing, and they have a range of different kind of focuses. So some are specifically around making friends, some are around self-care, some are kind of adjusting to your studies, adjusting to academic life in Birmingham. So as a parent, I would just advise my child to make sure they're up to date with contact from the university. This will be sent around usually via email, it can be on Canvas, and maybe as a parent be up to date with those kind of things as well, to maybe recommend or kind of healthily encourage their child to attend some of these events if they're feeling a little bit low or if they're feeling a little bit isolated in Birmingham. What peer support is there for students if they don't want to speak to staff?
I would say that there's a lot of opportunities available to talk to fellow students in different year groups. So for example, last year I was a student mentor as part of a mentor scheme with different courses. So that meant that I had first years under my wing who were all part of the EDAC school. And I kind of like spent the entire year with them, helping them whenever they needed any advice or support, and that's a good resource. If you can like sign up for that, definitely I would recommend that. There's also a bunch of help from the guilds. They have a wellbeing team as well that you can go talk to, and generally it's just important to know that even if you're talking to housemates or people on your course or even people that you meet in societies, it is important to get out there and to talk and to share. Do not keep things bottled in. That is not a good idea. And everyone is very willing to help. Next question. Let's see. So what can I do to best support my child while they're at university?
So what I would recommend is for parents to keep up to date with the university and what the university offers. So just in terms of kind of the internet pages are really helpful for that. So if you're worried about your child's kind of academic progress, even if they haven't mentioned that, but you feel that they are worried about the academics, that makes sense. A university study can be difficult at times, but there are so many different resources that can help. You've got the Academic Skills Centre in the library, which is kind of generic study skills such as kind of essay writing, time management, things like that. But also you can find details around the college's senior tutor or their personal tutor, and just instead of kind of you reaching out to them, recommending to your child, say this is a page that has academic support, this is your senior tutor, and kind of giving them encouragement to contact, just so that they know where the support is. Similarly with their wellbeing officers, you've got pictures of all the wellbeing officers and their contact details on the internet site. So if you are worried around your child's mental state or if you have any concerns there, just kind of giving them the confidence to reach out themselves, but maybe just doing some of the hard work for them in terms of actually finding the information.
So our next question here is, what's a good gift I can send? I think a good gift is just one that lets your child know that you're thinking of them and that As much as they are finding themselves at university and figuring out life there, that they'll always have you to rely on. I remember my mom sent me when I was in first year. My mom sent me a whole tub of just like rice rice from home, and it was quite unnecessary because there is rice in this country, but it was really, really nice because it just made me remember that like she's got me, and that she would go through the trouble of sending me rice from so far away just because she cares and she wants to make sure that I'm eating and taking care of myself. So it's things like that that just really kind of highlight the gesture of care and love.
How do I check in without being too much?
It boils down to, like I said before, about communication. Because I think what I would consider too much is probably not what someone else would consider too much. So I think it really boils down to talking to your child about what their boundaries are, what they want from you, how best you can support them. Because I think at the end of the day, what you're looking to do is support your child and to make them feel cared for and loved. But you're not going to be able to achieve that goal if you don't talk to them to see how best to reach that accord. So I would say yes, communication, but also generally gestures like gifts and reaching out every once in a while. I think when I first came into uni, the first week I was always on call with my mum, but then after that I probably called her like once a day or once every 2 days, and I think I'm quite grateful that she was understanding of that and didn't just keep trying to reach me, because she understood that, like, you know, I'm settling in, I'm going to lectures, I'm figuring out my schedule, and it was good to know that I didn't have to feel guilty for trying to figure that out myself as well. Yeah, I think that's really important, just to make sure that your child knows that, like, you're just there for them and not that you have expectations of them, or yeah. Next question. Oh wow. What's the best way to encourage my child to ask for help if they need it?
I think a good way to encourage your child is kind of reiterate that whoever they seek out within the university for wellbeing support, as long as there's no risk to their life or anyone else's life, everything will remain confidential. It doesn't have to be a case of they share a problem with one person and then everyone in the university knows, all their lecturers know, everything like that. I think kind of just reinforcing to them that these feelings that they're having are common, and that's not to say that everyone experiences those feelings the same or that they should be normal and they should be dealt with. It's just more so that they're not alone in experiencing some of those concerns. So just giving them the power to seek out support from their wellbeing officers, from peers, and just kind of checking in with them, but maybe not being too intrusive, asking them if they've sought out support, if they've saw the wellbeing officer, if they're feeling better, and maybe kind of not going into detail too much, and trusting that once they are out of the storm or once they are feeling a bit better, they will confide in you about it. But yeah, I think just kind of giving them the power to reach out, really.
Okay. Ooh. What if my child is struggling financially? Is there help available?
Yeah, and I think that's a concern that a lot of parents, a lot of students will have, you know, especially within the time that we're in now. So there are a couple of things that can be supportive in terms of kind of financially and like funding for students in this period. So kind of within the university, so library, study spaces, library is open 24/7, free Wi-Fi, central heating. They do have, I mean, within the university common buildings as well, there are microwaves, there are hot and cold water supplies. So kind of utilising some of that support specifically within revision time. Being in the library can be a really comforting spot, and you're not spending a lot of money. We do have kind of free sanitary products as well. So these are located all around the university. So there are some in each building, I'm pretty sure. So that can be helpful in terms of cutting costs. If there are kind of circumstances that are short term, that are affecting a student, you can speak with your wellbeing officer about those circumstances, because there are a couple of schemes that run that can support students. So there is the Guild Hardship Fund that can temporarily support students. There are some food vouchers that we can give out at certain times if a student is struggling. If I'm worried about my child, can I contact someone at the university? If you are worried about your child, you can of course contact the university expressing your concerns. What I will say about that is we're restricted in terms of the information that we can give you. So if your child is over the age of 18, we run a confidentiality policy where we can't disclose any information around your child. If a third party disclosure form is filled out by your child prior, and is signed by them that they are happy for us to communicate with you, that is something that can be done. I would recommend more so that if you do have concerns, then you can definitely contact us, because rest assured every concern that we do receive, we do follow up and we do take seriously. So we can look into matters with your child.
What does support look like for students with disabilities or additional needs?
So with students that have disabilities or additional needs, when they start university, they have the opportunity to apply for what's called a reasonable adjustment plan. So that's shortened for RAP for short usually. So if you hear someone talking about RAP, it'll be a reasonable adjustment plan. So if a student has a long-term physical health condition, mental health condition, they can apply for a reasonable adjustment plan. So what that looks like, that is just a plan that helps a student with their studies and their time here at university. So it is curated completely individually. So once the reasonable adjustment plan the application form has gone through for it and the evidence has been accepted, the student will get a disability advisor assigned to them, and the student can sit with a disability advisor and they can go through different elements of academics that are concerning them, or kind of even just like evacuating the building, general safety plans, that kind of thing. So this has a wide range of different adjustments that can be made. So around time management, so having a mentor to meet with them weekly to discuss kind of the academic progress, if they need any support, scribes within exams, things like looking at potential deferrals of exams, potential extensions that can be put into place. There is a wide range of support options that are available, but this plan can be regularly looked at, because an adjustment you thought you might need, you might think actually I'm doing okay, or in the opposite side of the coin, you might think, oh, I could really benefit from this in a way that I didn't before. So that is a huge support for students that do have kind of a mental health difficulty or physical disability.
So that brings us to the end of this video. Hopefully it's been helpful. I think bottom line really is that you'll be fine, your child will be fine. It's a new experience, but there's plenty of help and support available at the university. Hopefully if you're a new student, this has also given you some idea of what to expect at university. Yeah,
and I think also as well, it will be okay from what May said, but also if things aren't okay, plenty of support options. There are kind of all of the ones that we've discussed, and if any doubt, there's the internet page and just asking someone. But yeah, hopefully it has relieved some anxieties for parents, for students, and we look forward to seeing you start